Welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Day here, and I'm back at it again with another story time. If you guys are a new subscriber, hey, welcome in. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey girl, hey, how you doing? Okay, so I'm not gonna do too much rambling, but before I do, like I always say, follow me on TikTok and Instagram, please. Link is in the description box below. I did say I changed my Instagram because it got hacked, but baby, I'm gonna just start linking it in the description box below just in case. And before I get into it, I know I'm missing the lash, y'all. My lash lady is not available till after Sunday, so not too much. But yes, as you guys can tell by the title of the story, you're probably wondering like, girl, your man did what? Yes, he did. And me, I'm like, how did I let this go on? How did I let this go on for so long? So I'm gonna use the same name I used in the last story time because I did tell you guys it was in connection to that ex. And the last name I gave him was Ghost. So apparently not only did he have disappearing acts when it came to me blowing up his phone and seeing where he was at when it's time to get my car back, but apparently he had bitches just popping in and out of his life. So I'm gonna take it way back before this situation even happened, just so you guys can get a background story on who the girl was. So when me and Ghost had first started dating, he was, how do I say it? He was one of those lady men, and he was always on, like, he was on the social media guys, like the kind that get on social media and be bragging about the bitches they got, the money they get, like those type of men. He was very popular, very well known. He had bitches on statuses a lot. He made a lot of sexual jokes, a lot of inappropriate jokes that a man that's in a relationship should not make. So when I first started dealing with him and I realized this, I used to try to remove him from my timeline. That way things like that wouldn't bother me, because it would start a lot of arguments in our relationship. Like, I would be calling him like, yo, like, what's up with the status? And what's up with this bitch? What's up with this bitch that's saying she gonna lick the crust in between your toes? Like, what's up with that? So he was like, yo, like, it's just entertainment. It's just for shits and giggles. You're taking it too serious. You're doing too much. And so to eliminate that issue from being, like, that situation being the issue of our relationship, I just altogether removed him. So even though I didn't have him on my notifications, or on my timeline, should I say, I would periodically go check on his page. So one day he had told me that he wanted to go to Vegas to go hang out with his boy. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like, go have a fun time. Because no matter what the situation is, even if I can't trust a man, even if I know a man's a dog or whatever the case may be, I would never stop a man from going to go have fun with his friends. That's just not who I am. So even though I was side-eyeing the whole situation, like Vegas, y'all know what they say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yeah. So even though I was like, okay, you going to Vegas, like, and then the person he was going with, we're gonna give this friend a name. We're gonna give him the name Twig, because this man was skinny as hell, skinny as a twig. So Twig, he was like, I want to go with my boy Twig to Vegas. It's, I forgot who birthday it was. He was like, it's such a birthday and da-da-da-da. This is, okay, cool. So he ended up going to the trip or whatever. And when he was on this trip, he posted a picture. The picture was of him, Twig, Twig's cousin. She's not really relevant to the story. I want to give her a name because I got a story time about her, but I'll give her a name later and I'll refer to her. So if I say Twig's cousin in another story time, this is who I'm referring to. But Twig's cousin and then this girl, and we're gonna give this girl the name Susie. So Susie was a really pretty girl, and I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I'm intimidated with my guy having girlfriends. I'm not intimidated by my man having girlfriends. Where I draw the line is this next scenario. So he posted a picture, and the picture was of him, Twig's cousin, Twig, and Susie. Susie was in the picture, and she was holding the picture. So say on like this. Ghost is right here behind her. The cousin's right here. He has his arm around her, and Twig is next to the cousin. Be so for real. So I immediately red flagged that whole scenario. I did not let that shit pass me. I texted him and I said, hey, what's up with this picture? I already don't like, because at this moment, I don't know why I didn't like her. I think she rubbed me the wrong way from another situation, but I already didn't like Twig's cousin. We cool now, but I didn't like Twig's cousin at the time. I just felt like really weird and uncomfortable by her being in a picture with my man arm around her. And then I had texted him and I was like, hey, what's up with this picture? Like, y'all looking a little cozy. What's up with that? He was like, nah, Twig's cousin, that's like family. That's like family. Like, the fuck you tripping, you bugging. And I was like, all right, cool. Cool. Now, to him, he say he'll never do nothing like that because that's Twig's people. So I believed him. And if y'all knew who it was, y'all would be like, oh yeah, they're real close. You know for a fact he ain't BSing. Or is he? So then I'm like, okay. Well, I also don't like Susie. He was like, you don't even have a reason not to like her. What's up with that? And I just let him know. I was like, hey, yeah, when me and your baby mama was getting into it, and we had our little discussion or whatever, she had let me know. She had let me know what's up with Susie, and I don't like the way this picture's looking. You did not let me know that she was going with Twig's cousin or Susie. So he was like, man, Susie ain't nobody like that. She ain't even here for me. So in my head, I'm like, well, she's there for Twig. That means Twig's cousin's there for you. Make it make sense. Like, nothing was adding up. Like, the math was not mathing. So we get into this big old thing, and I just let him know. I was like, yeah, no. And so the next following day, I want to find this post so freaking bad, but the girl blocked me on Facebook, so even if I go search it, it's not going to pop up. Even though it was on his page, she was tagged in it, so anything she's tagged in, I can't see. But she basically had posted a selfie of her and him being funny. She's being funny. She's holding the phone, and he's behind her doing some little weird stuff, telling some, this is my dog, this has been my dog for X amount of years, and blah, blah, this, and blah, blah, that, and nobody could ever break our bond. Yeah. And I want to tell y'all what the baby mama told me. So this is why, you know, I'm going to just tell it. So the reason why I already didn't like Susie was because when me and Ghost's baby mama got into it, and we started like really just like having a full-blown heart-on-heart conversation or whatever, she had asked me, did I know her? And I was like, yeah. She was like, well, that used to be my friend. And one day I went to work and I had left something at home, and I came back and I went upstairs, and Susie and Ghost was in the bed cuddling. Y'all, cuddling. So if she could do that to her own friend, who am I for her to do it to? I'm nobody. So I already didn't like Susie. So I'm saying all this to get to the story. I know y'all like, what does this have to do with the story? I had to give y'all the details on why I did not like this girl already as it is. Alright, so a couple years after the whole Vegas situation happened, after the whole Vegas situation, I really did not like this girl. So me and him had already been like, you know, dating for a while, a couple years or whatever. And so one day we decided that we wanted to go to Vegas, and oh my god, I want to tell y'all what happened on that one, but that's gonna be a whole nother story time. But long story short, it was Memorial Day weekend, and my sister done ruined the trip. So the day before our last day back, we wanted to go do something, but we didn't have nothing to do. So I made a post, and I was just like posting a picture of me in my bathing suit saying, hey, I'm out in Vegas, what's there to do, blah blah this, blah blah that. So to my surprise, Susie DM'd me, and she was like, hey girl, I know we haven't been, you know, the coolest, but I hope like all that past stuff is in the past behind us. But I see you're out in Vegas and you're with, I almost said this boy name, Ghost and Homeboy, and I was just wondering if you guys would like to come to a pool party tomorrow. Don't worry about the coverage fee, I can get you guys in, just you have to be at this amount of time or whatever. So I was like, you know what, I think I'm mature enough to put it in the past behind us. She seems so cool. She see this is my man. She don't want him. She's literally inviting us all to a party, right? It's like, yeah, cool. Where is it gonna be? She's like, it was at Mandalay Bay. She's like, it's down in Mandalay Bay. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm gonna figure out how to get down there without having to drive or whatever. She was like, yeah, if you walk down to, I forgot which hotel she said. I think she said New York, New York, and get on the little train thing, it'll bring you down here. And I was like, okay, cool, that's cool, because homeboy's staying at New York, New York, so that works out. We could get dressed here, go meet up with homeboy, and then go to you know, Mandalay. So I'm realizing that I didn't bring no sandals. I'm like, damn, I'm about to walk in heels. My feet are about to hurt. Whatever. So the next morning, we get dressed. She hits me up at about 10, 11. She's like, hey, I'm on my way up there. You guys on your way? I was like, yeah, we're just finishing your dress right now. I'm finna head over to New York and get on that train. She's like, cool, just let me know when you're here. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep you updated. So I let her know when we left. We arrived at New York, New York, and while we're walking, he was like, we don't have to go if you don't want to. I was like, no, like, she invited us and I told her we was coming, and I'm turning on for a new week with your friends. I don't want all your friends thinking that you just give that I'm a hater vibe, right? Mind you, the situation with the other two girls did not happen yet, y'all. It did not happen yet. So before y'all say, did you learn your lesson? No, I didn't. It did not happen yet. But this was one of the reasons why I kind of sided them. Oh, so we get to New York, New York, and I let her know. I'm like, hey, we just made it to New York, New York. We're picking up homeboy, and then we're on the way. We're just waiting for him to come downstairs. She's like, okay, hurry up, because I just got here, and yeah, it's about that time where I can't bring nobody else in with me, so hurry up. So I was like, okay, I got you. And so, mind you guys, the main reason too why I wanted to go was because Sweetie was performing. Sweetie was performing, and had I seen her in person yet? No, I had never seen Sweetie in person at this moment. So this was the first time I was seeing Sweetie perform in person, and this is when she had dropped that album. She was dating Quavo, and she had that song Tiptoes. That was my shit. So I was like, oh, I hope she performs Tiptoes. Like, we going. He was like, all right. I was like, yeah, we going. And so we get to New York, New York, and she's like blowing me up. She's like, where you at? I'm like, we're just waiting for homeboy. We're downstairs, yada, yada, yada. So we get on the BART. I text her, the little BART. It is not a BART, the little train. And I text her, I'm like, hey, we're on the train. We'll be there as soon as we can. And then she's like, okay, cool. Just hurry up, because like in the next 30 minutes, it's a wrap. Y'all gonna have to pay that $150 to get in. I'm like, who gonna pay that? Cause not me. I would turn around. Sweetie ain't never been that serious. So we get to Mandalay Bay, and my feet start hurting. My feet start hurting because we was running, and I got heels on, and we've been walking for a long time. So I was like, oh my God, y'all go without me. I'm tiptoeing. I'm like, go without me. Go without me. Because if anything, I'm going to pay the $150 for myself. But I'm not paying $150 for me and you. And I don't know if your friend got money. And I'm not paying for him too. Y'all go ahead. So they're like, all right, we're going to go. But we're going to wait for you at the same time. So they striking it, but waiting. Ghost is like playing it safe. He not striking it like homeboy striking it. So we finally get up, like at the last minute. She's like, I'm about to turn around. You got 2 minutes. The last minute, we walk up to the door. So we're getting checked down by security and stuff. And they just, you know, making sure we don't have nothing or whatever. And she's like, oh, they're with me. And I guess she must have either knew the security or a promoter or something. I'm not sure. Still don't know. But she knew somebody. Somebody. Most definitely. So when we walk in there, and she pulls a bundle of how can I say this, party favors out of her cooter cat, and she literally was like, you want one? And I was like, I was like, no. But Ghost was like, ooh, I want one. How'd you get that up in here? She said, I stuck it up my cooter cat. And you know my cooter cat clean. Strike number one, she rubbed me the wrong motherfucking way. And I'm just like, they laughing. I'm just like, She had a friend with her or whatever, and her friend had on this see-through skirt, and she pulled something else out of her skirt, and she was like, we got all the pretty favors, let's turn up. So me, her, and her friend, we went to the bar. So we're at the bar and we're ordering drinks, and literally she was like, what are you guys drinking? The bartender comes up to us, she's like, what are you guys drinking? We tell her what we're all drinking. I was like, you know, it surprised me. As long as it's tequila, it surprised me. And she's like, okay, I'll whip y'all up some drinks. So then I was like, okay, cool. Y'all, tell me why my drink came up to $60. And I was like, excuse me, ma'am, excuse me. You charged my card $60 and my drink should only been 20 or 30, right? Right? She's like, oh, I charged you for all y'all drinks. I said, no, you didn't. No, you're not. No, you won't. So then the lady she was like, yeah, I charged you for all your drinks. No one paid. I said, no. She gave you a card. Talking about her friend gave her a card. She gave you cash. And I gave you my card. This was the first time. This is not my first time in Vegas. But this was the first time I did not bring cash to a party in Vegas. And this reminded me on why you always bring cash. Because then bartenders are going to try to get over on you. And I was like, no, you're going to charge me for this one drink. You argue with her about her drink, but you're not charging me for her and her friend's drink. No. So right when I'm saying that, she walks off. Her friend walks off. Me, I walk off too. I see my charge, it said $20. Y'all, boo bye. So that was strike number 2, because girl, you knew that you didn't pay that bartender, and I know you didn't tell her that I was paying for you, because what? So we continue to party, and I'm just like, whatever, let me turn up. So the vibe is there and everything, and Sweetie about to come on. So Sweetie ended up coming on, and a time was had. Like, it was a vibe. She performed, she brought Quavo out. It was lit. Like, the rest of the day, despite the 2 red flags, it was really lit. We ended up taking some pictures together and stuff. I really want to post those pictures, but I ain't gonna be messy. I'm not gonna be messy. I'm really not gonna be messy and post it. So fast forward later, Ghost had posted that picture that we all took together, and oh, I'm skipping a whole part. Rewind. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Because when the party was over, she was like, oh, I can give you guys a ride back. I was like, yeah, cool. Do you know if there's a... Dang, that's giving away a lot. Do you know if there's a hair store around? Because I need to get something, because I'm going to take this wig off and I want to do something to my head before we leave. And she was like, oh, okay, yeah, there's a hair store over here. So she's like, on the way to the hair store, she's like telling me, she's like, so you were thinking about moving out here? I was like, yeah, like the vibes is cool. Like, we're always out here partying. It would be cool to live in the city. Like, I don't want to live directly in the city, but I do want to live like somewhere out in the outskirts. I do want to move to Nevada because there's just better opportunity. At this time, I wanted to start YouTube, and I had just made my YouTube account, and I was like fake vlogging on Snapchat. We're laid out in the car. Well, I'm laid out in the car, and I'm like vlogging like, oh, me and my mans, can't wait to get back to the room. She's looking directly in the rear view thing, and she's like saying little smart remarks, but she's saying stuff like, oh yeah, because I'm a massage therapist. I give really good massages, like really good put your man to sleep type massages. She was like, and I could get you into that career if that's something you're looking into, because I was telling her how I wanted to do lashes and get into facials and aesthetics and stuff, waxes and all that or whatever. And she was like, yeah, but you know, to pass you by while you're in school, I can get you on at this call center that I'm working at as well. And she's just pumping my head up, being really a girl's girl. So we get back, and fast forward, another situation had happened between me and Ghost, and basically he issued a public apology on social media, and he tagged me in the post. And basically she was one of the girls amongst a million girls that he was talking to, who commented under the post saying, oh my gosh, this was so mature of you. I could tell the difference when you're with her. You guys together, like, she's for you. You're a changed man, bro. She's bringing out the better side of you, yada yada yada. Girl, be for real. yeah. So the reason why I'm telling you all these little things, like the little good things she's doing, is because the following situation. So how I found out they were messing around, y'all. So one day we went to Vegas, and oh my god, that's a whole nother story. We were vibing, we were chilling, we were turned up the whole weekend, and we no longer had a room for the last day that we were out there. We had already checked out, but we wanted to leave like in the middle of the next night. So Ghost had a friend out there, and I'm just calling him bro. Ghost had a friend out there, and bro was like, him and his wife, they cooked us up a nice meal. They cooked us up some garlic crabs, some garlic noodles, and all of this good deliciousness. Oh my goodness. So because Ghost was the one driving back, and Vegas from Cali is like a 12-hour drive, so he was the one driving back, and he already knew I was gonna be tired. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and give me a good nap in, because I've been up all night and we're about to hit this road. And I was like, okay, go ahead, cool. So he continues to get him a nap in, and while he's asleep, I doze off as well. But I'm a really light sleeper. I'm an extremely light sleeper. Even if I'm snoring, like I can hear everything that's going on. If I'm not super exhausted, I'm gonna hear every single thing that's going on. So I hear this buzzing sound, just, it's like buzzing, zzz, zzz, zzz. And so I'm like, okay, it can't be this man mama, because she would have called me by now. We're very past the, you know, mama exchange. Your mom could call me, my mom could call you phase. So I'm like, it's not his mama, it's not his sister, because mind you, his sister lived out there or whatever too. So I'm thinking maybe it is her sister. Maybe she don't have my number. But I'm like, but no, she has me on Facebook and she really needs to contact me. So I'm looking at my phone to see, like, maybe I have a missed call from his mom, maybe I have a missed call from his sister or anybody. No missed calls. So I'm throwing a pillow at him. I'm like, hey babe, your phone's ringing. Get your phone. Sounds important. Phone just ringing. Zzz. Zzz. So I have picked it up, and I'm gonna not really get into too much detail about who was calling, because I want to tell you guys a story time about this girl. But it was this girl, and she was calling, and because I knew his password, I unlocked his phone, and I was like, who is this? Mind you, the girl that was calling, the name was not stored under her name, it was stored under emoji. So I pushed message so I could see their messages, and to my surprise, it was a girl saying, oh, I see you're on vacation with your girl, you're hella weird. Even when I'm with my husband, I make time for you. Y'all, when I tell you this man loved him a married woman, I guess he was figuring if a woman was married, then they wouldn't have too much time to be worried about when he's worried about time with me, I guess. I don't know. But she was just going on this rant about how he's being weird because he's not answering the phone, and how much she loved him, and she's tired of being on the sideline, and how they've been like messing around for what was she saying, like over 10 years, and she's tired of being a side chick. Like, it was crazy, y'all. And I got that story time coming for y'all next, if y'all want it. If y'all want that story time, comment down below. But yeah, so I'm like, you know what, if he's talking to this girl, I wonder who else is in this phone. So I go on the phone, and y'all, so say the girl name is Susie, right? Susie, but the group calls her like Susie Q. So the name in her phone was under Susie Q. And I was like, when did they get back in contact? Because I forgot to mention, like, when she reached out to me, they hadn't been in contact in a while. That's why she reached out to me versus him. So I'm like, what does this say? So I go through this messages, and this girl is wishing my motherfucking child. I'm not gonna say which child it is. So now y'all know it's one of my baby daddies. I ain't gonna say which one it is. This girl is wishing my child a happy belated birthday. Tell my stepchild, she said the gender, tell my step blank that happy birthday. I love you. We were supposed to grow old. Oh, he's telling her we were supposed to grow old together. And now look at us. She's like, right, LOL. He said, even through all the cooter cats I've been in, I still remember what yours feel like. Y'all, I'm shaking and trembling as I'm reading these motherfucking messages. So I'm screenshotting all of them. She's sending him videos of her. I don't want to do too much, but she's like caressing herself and dancing in a bathing suit. And y'all, I have this same exact bathing suit. I did not wear this bathing suit for 3, 4, 5 years after this. I didn't want to throw it away because it was one of my favorites. But I promise y'all, I did not wear this bathing suit for a long time after I seen this video. I was just disgusted. So what I do, I'm recording. I'm not even screenshotting everything. I'm recording on my phone, on his phone, and I DM it to her. And she started to type back, but before she can, I said, bet you're weird as fuck. And like a pussy asshole, she blocked me. But yeah, y'all, I was so furious. I grabbed that phone, I threw it at him, and I said, let's go, let's go. It's time for you to take me home. It's time for you to take me home. He's dazed, confused, lost in the sauce. He's like, what's going on here? And I'm like, no, get your ass up, because it's time for you to take me home, because that shit, oh, I'm ready to get the fuck. No Tokyo. I'm ready to get the fuck. No Tokyo. But yeah, y'all, we get into it so bad. This man tries to drive off in my car. I'm chasing him around the car. The friend's laughing. He thought it was hysterical. Bro was over there laughing down. He's like, come on, y'all, I live in a gated community. Stop doing too much. Y'all, it was a mess. I'm looking like Baby D chasing this man around the car. I'm like, get in the car, let's go. He's like, no, leave me alone. I'm like, get in the car and take me home now. He's like, leave me alone. I'm like, get in the car and take me home before I take off on you. Y'all, every chance he got close to me, and I don't condone this, I was just taking off on that man. Every time he walk up, I'm just pop. Every time he walk past, I'm pop, pop. Like, it was tall. It was crazy, y'all. Oh, it was crazy. Yeah, it was a crazy time. Oh, I skipped this whole part. I'm sorry. All these messages was dating over the past 12 months. And when we went to go see her, it was about 2 years ago. So, yeah. So, later on in life, he ended up telling me when I finally got some answers out on him. He was just like, you know, no, we weren't talking when we actually went on that trip. I'm guessing she actually reached out to you because I hadn't talked to her. But what happened was one day when you changed your number and switched phones with me, she texted and we just kind of reconnected from that. So I guess she had texted me pictures of me and her or whatever from that day. And because when I got a new phone, I gave him my old phone and my old number, that, yeah, that's how they reconnected. And then after he told me that, I was just like, damn, I wonder who else you connecting with. Like, all my friends had that number. I had that number for a long time. That just made me wonder which other one of my weird ass friends trying to with this nigga. But anyways, that was the time while my ex played in my face, and I ended up in the same facilities and kind of friends with the side chick or whatever. Y'all, I'm sorry if my stories are not as detailed as your favorite story time tellers. I'm gonna give this disclaimer, but I'm still getting used to telling stories, and I've been watching story times for a long time. A lot of creators in the beginning, they don't tell a lot of details, or even at the end they stop telling details because people will be putting 2 and 2 together. At the end of the day, these are situations that happen in my real life. So to stop the drama or keep the drama out, I don't want to tell too much details because I don't want people figuring out who it is and then people being weird and DMing them and saying, hey, you know, Sharde's on YouTube talking shit about you. Even though I wouldn't give a fuck. But I'm at a point in my life, baby, I'm 30 years old. I don't want the drama. My channel, if you have not, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. If you don't, description box, do that for me. I'm gonna go edit this video so I can try to get it up to you guys before the morning. If you stayed for the whole story time, drop a green heart and let me know that you're there, girl. Love you guys. Don't gotta tell y'all twice. Bye.